Oh, we're live. Yes, I think.
Do you think people can see us already?
Yes. Why don't you ask?
あ、今見えてますか？初めてでうまくできてるかちょっとわからなくてドキドキしてます。あ、見えてる？あ、Yes, yes, they
Okay,
can see us.
alright. Should we start?
Yes, let's start.
おはようございます。アッパです。
Janachimnida darimnida.
Hello, we
we
are
are
Appa and
Apandari.
Daddy.
Good morning. Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon, good evening.
おはようございます。
Hi, Carmen. 안녕하세요, 황마당님.
안녕하세요。はじめまして、皆さんいつもありがとうございます。今日は初めての、YouTube ライブで、うまくできるか、緊張していましたが、どうにかつながってよかったです。Do you want to say something? Nice to meet you.
Oh, yeah, this is our first YouTube live, so we're a bit nervous and we're not really sure how this is going to work out. So this is the first time we're live streaming. So hopefully, technically, everything goes well, and also everyone, has fun with us.
Yeah, let's have fun.
Yep. So for our first YouTube live, we kind of wanted to talk about our YouTube journey with everyone who's joining. I mean, we don't have to talk about YouTube, but we just thought it makes sense to have like a topic to talk about.
そうですね、今日は初めてなので、僕たちが YouTube を始めてから、どんな変化があったかとか、どんな YouTube の旅だったかについて話したいと思います。
So how do we end up having our own YouTube channel? Huh?
どうやって YouTube を始まったかっていうと、僕たち、子供たちができてから長い、育休の期間がありました。で、育休の期間の時に、アッパも、ダディも2人ともずっとそれまでは仕事で忙しかったんで、今しかできないことを何かしたいねとアッパが、言い始めて、なぜかそれが YouTube ということでYouTube を始めました。まさかこんなに長く続くとは、特に僕はすぐこの人飽きて終わるんじゃないかなと思ってたんですけど、長く続いております。So I just explained in Japanese how we started.
그러니까 저희가 유튜브 채널을 시작하게 된 계기는 이제 애들이 태어나고 저희 둘 다 육아휴직 그 기간이 좀 길었거든요. 그래서 뭔가 새로운 것도 해보고 싶었고 또 코로나 그 팬데믹 상황에서 저희 가족하고 친구들을 만날 수 없는 상황이라서 그래서 유튜브 채널을 그냥 취미 삼아 시작하게 됐어요. 또 저희 어머니가 남자 둘이 애 키우는 모습을 좀 더 많은 사람들이 봐야 된다 이거는. 그래가지고 시작을 하게 됐는데 하다 보니까 진짜 저희만의 이야기가 아니고 저희가 더 많은 사람들과 공유할 수 있는 그런 채널이라는 생각을 하게 돼서 지금까지 쭉 오게 된 것 같아요. So we started YouTube channel after our girls were born, and we were both on paternity leave, quite long, yeah. Mine was like 16 weeks, yours was 12 weeks. And we wanted to try something different. And because of the pandemic, we couldn't have families come visit from Asia, and also friends couldn't come and visit us. So we thought YouTube would be, a way to share, how our girls are doing and our daily lives with our friends and families. And my mom actually encouraged us to start the channel too. She thought, because it's so not common and almost impossible to see two guys raising, a child or children in Korea. So, she said, why don't you put it on YouTube? And that's how we started. And then we just started realizing that, it's not just, channel for families or friends. It could mean, or we could share with a broader, group of people. So, and that's, how we ended up here.
Yeah. Somebody joined from Peru, like Ola from Peru.
I saw Ecuador.
そうですね。Oh, by the way, first of all, we didn't mention that our girls are sleeping now, yeah?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
すいません、伝え忘れてたんですけれども、子供たちはすでにねんねしてます。いつも7時半ぐらいには、こっちの7時半なので、日本とか韓国の8時半、朝の8時半にはもうベッドに行っちゃってるので、今日は 僕たち2人だけです。で、YouTube 最初に始めた時は、家族とか、すごく仲のいい友達とかに、アメリカの外にいる、日本や韓国にいる友達とかにシェアをするだけの目的で、他に誰も見てくれる人はいないだろうと思ってたので、そういう目的で、始めました。あとは、アッパのお母さんが、僕たちみたいなカップルが、子供を育てるっていうことはなかなか、珍しいことなので、ぜひ他の人たちにもこういう経験をシェアしてみたらどうかというふうにお母さんも言ってくれて初めて見ることにしました。
Someone, I think Carmen said she loved your hair.
Ah, thank you. Thank you, Carmen. Somebody mentioned your skin condition is good.
Thank you. Just took a bath before this live, just for this live, our first YouTube live.
すいません、こっちは夜なのでちょっといただきます。
Cheers.
Cheers.
Wow, a lot of people are joining. Well, thank you very much. We're pretty amateur, I think, at this. So feel free to ask questions. And, I'd like to ask, our viewers, what you guys think about our channel. 저희가 이거 처음 하는 거라서, 뭐, 어떻게 진행을 해야 될지 잘 모르겠는데, 저희는 솔직히 저희 시청해주시는 분들이 또 저희 채널을 어떻게 생각 시작하는지, 뭐 어떤 점이 좋으신지 뭐 그런 의견도 좀 들었으면 싶거든요. 그러니까 자유롭게 좀 얘기해 주시면 감사하겠습니다.
What did you say?
I said, I'd like to, hear from
yeah.
our viewers, what they think about our
そうですね。
channel, what they like, any suggestion.
そう、今日はこんなせっかくの機会なんで、僕たちのチャンネルを見て皆さんがどんな風に感じているか、僕たちのチャンネルは皆さんにどう映ってるかみたいなのも聞けたら嬉しいなと思ってました。So what? So people in Japan are having morning coffee or lemon tea.
Yeah, and someone asked, Los Angeles here, hi.
Hello. And somebody asked, there is no super chat?
Oh,
スーパーチャットはできるようには設定してないので、今日はゆっくりとずっとぼやっと見ながら楽しんでくれればと思います。
What about super chat?
So somebody was asking if there is no super chat.
And you said?
I said we haven't set it up.
Yeah.
So today please just watch and enjoy. Like Chan said,
Mexico, ¿cómo estás?
そう、それでYouTube を始めてから少しずつサブスクライバー、なんて言うんだっけ日本語でなんて言うんだっけYouTube を登録するやつ、サブスクライブ、購読者かな。購読者みたいなのがどんどん増えてきて、毎日、1人増えてる、2人増えてるってこういうふうに少しずつびっくりしてって、であといろいろコメントいただいてる中で、すごく温かいコメントを僕たちの家族の在り方とか、子供たちが成長している様子をすごく温かく見守ってくれる、人たちからのコメントがすごく嬉しくて、また次のビデオを作る力になってきました。であとは僕たちみたいなLGBTQ の当事者の方、僕たちよりも若い人とかから僕たちの姿を見て勇気が出ましたとか、そういうお言葉も、いただいて、こんな風なチャンネルでも誰かの勇気に力になれるんだなみたいなのも逆に僕たちの力にも、なってます。であとはYouTube をそれでずっと続けていってるうちにどんどん僕たちも少しずつ考え方が変わっていって、今言ったみたいに僕たちみたいなのでも誰かの役に立てるんだなっていうところから入っていって、あとはコメントいただいた時にゲイのカップルが子育てをすることに対しては偏見しか今までずっと持ってなかった、偏見だけしかなかったけれども僕たちのチャンネルを見て少し考え方が変わりましたですとか、 そういう言葉をいただいて、こういうメッセージみたいなものは特に発してはないんだけれども、僕たちの生活の様子を見ていただいて、そんなに特別なことじゃないんだな、っていうのを少しでも多くの人に感じていってもらえれば、嬉しいなって最近は思っています。So I just explained like, once, after we started our channel, we
Mm-hmm.
started receiving so many warm comments, and then also like from our LGBTQ folks, we received some comments, especially from the younger ones.
Mm-hmm.
You know, after seeing our life, they feel more courage, right?
Yeah.
And then also later on, like somebody commented like before she or he used to have like biased feeling against gay people raising kids, but after seeing our lifestyle, she or he has kind of changed the way of thinking. That was really surprising, but it was really happy to us, right? Yeah. Indonesia, hello.
I saw Australia too. 저희가 유튜브 채널을 개설하고 점점 많은 분들과 이렇게 교류를 하면서 느낀 점은 정말 따뜻한 메시지, 정말 저희 격려해 주신 메시지를 너무 많이 보내주셔서 저희가 정말 힘이 나고요. 또 간혹 이제 저희 영상을 보시고 예전에는 그 게이 커플이 입양을 한다거나 아니면은 어, 어, 육아를 하는 거에 대해서 편견이 있었는데 영상을 보고 좀 생각이 변하는 것 같습니다라는 글을 남겨주신 분들이 종종 계세요. 그럴 때는 좀 더 정말 좀 더 뿌듯하다고나 할까요? 그리고 더 열심히 꾸준히 채널을 운영해야겠다는 생각이 들곤 합니다. 예.
Somebody said she has to leave for work now.
어.
いってらっしゃい。お仕事頑張ってください。
I think someone asked the names of our girls. So we have intentionally not disclosed the names of our girls. I think they're too young, and I think the plan is once they grow up and they're kind of able to understand, they're out on YouTube, and if they want and if they agree, if they consent, then we may share their names. But for now, we're not disclosing their names, so I hope you understand.
そうですね。そうですねとか。
そうですかそうですか
そうですね。やっぱりそうですねって言っちゃった。子供たちの名前は何ですかってよく聞かれるんですけれども、今のところまだ子供たちが小さいので、子供たちの名前を出す、つもりは、ないです。将来大きくなって、私も出たいってなったら、名前が出る機会もあるかもしれませんが、その時はお願いします。
그리고 제가 I have to speak in Korean too. 어떤 분이 저희 딸들 이름을 물어봐 주셨는데요. 아직은 너무 어리고 애들이 조금 더 커서 저희가 유튜브 채널을 운영하고 그게 뭐 어떤 의미인지를 본인들이 이해할 수 있을 때 그리고 본인들이 원한다면 그때 공개하기로 저희는 결심을 해서 결정했기 때문에 지금은 애들 이름은 공개할 수 없으니 양해 부탁드립니다. 아빠 일본어 잘하시네요.
What's that?
아빠's Japanese is good. 아리가또 고자이마스.
Wow, already we have 332 people watching this.
Yeah. Watching from Bangkok. Wow. Kokunkap. Sawadee
Yeah,
Cup.
Sawadee Cup.
Sawadee Cup.
Sawadee
Sawadee
Cup.
Cup. Yes, yes. And I think someone asked, I saw a while ago, how we met. So we met online. But it was way before, there were smartphones. So we didn't use any application. We used like the old way of like dating website. That's how we met. And actually we have a Q&A video and kind of detailed explanation of how we met. 어떤 분이 민식이 형 반가워요. 저희가 어떻게 만났는지 물어봐 주셨는데요. 저희는 인터넷, 데이팅 웹사이트를 통해서 만났답니다. 그때는 뭐 스마트폰도 없었고, 앱도 없었고요. 그냥 저희 성소수자들이 만나는 그 데이팅 웹사이트에서 만나게 되었고요. 저희 Q&A 비디오를 보시면 저희가 어떻게
うん。
만났는지에
う
대한
ん。
얘기가 좀 더 자세하게 나온답니다.
アッパとダディはどうやって出会ったんですかっていう質問がちょっと前にあったんですけど、すごく昔にオンラインで出会いました。今みたいにスマホがある時代じゃなかったので、デートのアプリとかそういうのもなくて、インターネットのデート掲示板みたいなそういう感じので会いました。Q&A のビデオが2つ僕たち、ずいぶん前ですがアップロードしてて、確か Q&A1?
Yes,
We talked
Q&A
about
part.
how
Yeah,
we met.
Q&A.
Q&A の1の方で、そのお話をされてます。あとはずいぶん前ですが、今日の晩ご飯は What did you eat for dinner tonight? という質問があったんですが、今日はこの YouTube ライブがあるので、あんまりご飯の作る時間もなかったので、子供たちと一緒に今日はジャンクナイトだっつってピザを食べました。
저녁을 뭐 먹냐고 누가 물어보신 것 같은데, 피자 시켜 먹었습니다. 그 유튜브 라이브 때문에 저희가 준비할 게 많아가지고, 애들 저기 보육원에서 일찍 픽업해 와서, 피자 시켜서 먹고, 씻기고, 재우고, 저희도 꽃단장하고, 이제, 유튜브 라이브에 임하고 있답니다. So we had pizza for dinner.
Our girls love it. Yeah?
Yeah, they love pizza. I mean, we don't do junk food that often, but today, because of YouTube Live, we went to pick up our girls a little bit earlier than usual from daycare. So we had dinner together, we bathed them, and we played with them a little bit, and then put them to bed. And
今日はピザハットね。
yeah,
ピ
pizza.
ザハット。
We're not we're not advertising Pizza Hut, but yes.
So in Tokyo already they have lots of not yet, but cherry blossom season coming soon. Yeah, New York too. ニューヨークももうすぐ桜の季節で。Yeah, we have to go see. Yeah.
Yes. So definitely, I think before it's too late. I think past mid-April, we may lose,
うん。
cherry blossom. So, but he's really busy nowadays. So,
But that cherry blossom, like depending on what kind of trees, right?
Yes,
Like even
yeah.
Central Park, they have so many different kinds of cherry blossom. So the end of March is this kind of tree. The beginning of April is this, something like that. セントラルパークとかにも桜がいろんな種類の桜があって、時期によって3月の末頃だとこの桜、4月上旬だとこの桜、もうちょっと後だとこの桜っていうふうに見頃が時期によってちょっと変わるみたいで、でもソメイヨシノが多分4月の上旬かなっていう噂なので、そろそろ見に行きたいと思います。
So, DC Sakura Festival is starting soon.
Oh,
So if Tokyo already has cherry blossom, I guess soon Seoul and Korea will also
right.
have
Yeah.
cherry blossom. 한국은 벚꽃 그 시즌이 아직은 시작 안 된 것 같은데, 언제쯤 한 일주일, 2주? Maybe a week or 2 weeks away from cherry blossom in Korea.
So somebody said, "Can you understand each other's language?" お互いの言語を理解できますか？
Can we understand each other's language? Not really, but since we've lived together for 12 years, yeah, 12 years, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you just like sense it, yeah. You kind of like know what's going on, but not really, yeah.
お互いの言葉は聞いて意味が全部理解できたりとかもちろん全然しないんだけれども、もう12年一緒にいるんで、なんとなく雰囲気でこんなこと話してるのかなみたいなのは伝わってきます。
In Korea, Busan started having cherry
Heart to
blossom.
heart communication. そうだね。
Yes,
ハートとハートのコミュニケーション。
heart.
そうですね。
누가 어떤 분이 상대방의 언어를 이해할 수 있느냐고 물어봐 주셨는데요. 사실은 저도 일본어를 못하고 다디도 한국어를 못하지만 저희가 같이 한 12년 살다 보니까 그냥 눈치껏 이해를 많이 하는 것 같아요. And a lot of people I saw that mentioned about my sister. So yeah. Oh, Justin 형.
안녕하세요.
Um, wow, 노세요 TV.
What language do you use when you fight?
What language do we use when you
When we
fight?
fight.
Do you wanna go first?
But first of all, we don't fight, yeah?
So we fight a lot less. I don't think that we
음.
had any major fight.
음.
정말 요즘은 싸움을 거의 안 해요. 그리고 정말 큰 싸움을 해본 지가 굉장히 오래된 것 같아요. I think since our girls were born,
I think so.
we never really had a fight. 애들 태어나고는 정말 싸운 기억이 없어요. 물론 이제 서로 이렇게 뭐 신경질 낸다거나, 아니면 서로 이렇게 좀 기분이 상할 때는 있지만, it never really leads to like a fight.
Because we have to help each other to raise our kids, so we don't have time to fight. 喧嘩するときは何語ですかっていうご質問があったんだけれども、僕たちもう全然喧嘩をしていません。全然喧嘩をしないです。子供たちができてからは本当にもうお互いがお互いのできることを一生懸命やっていかないと生活が回っていかないので、協力し合って毎日やってるうちにもう喧嘩は全然ないですね。
But I do want to answer when we used to fight. I mean, we didn't even fight that much, but of course we fight in English, because that's the language that we communicate in. But but then like I would just like talk to myself in Korean. 아이고, 아이고 웃기고 있네요. Like you know, 혼잣말로 이제 싸움은 영어로 하지만 이제 싸움이 끝나갈 때쯤에는 저 혼잣말로
ワイン飲んでます。
웃기고 있네요.
そう、
뭐뭐뭐뭐.
昔は昔はね、昔はそう喧嘩して、喧嘩するときはもちろんお互いに通じる言葉は英語しかないので英語で喧嘩するんだけれども、独り言を言うとき、アッパはアッパで、あいごとかってこういろいろ汚い言葉を韓国語で言ったりして、僕は僕でこのクソとかっていうのは日本語で言って、でも僕がそういうのを小言でこうちっちゃい声でつぶやくと、今何言ったんだよみたいな感じでまた喧嘩になって、You remember sometimes when I whisper to myself using Japanese and you said, What did you say?
And then I speak in Korean, yeah? 웃기고 있네. 삐삐삐삐.
でも本当子供たちのおかげで喧嘩もしなくなったのでね。Oh, somebody said, ナオミさん、こんにちは。Up and Daddy singing so well. 明かりをつけましょう、ぼんぼりにや。
봄보리니.
Your favorite song.
Yeah, it's such a cute song. I can't wait to sing next year.
Do you think next year they can sing together with us?
Maybe.
Before 3 years old. 3歳前の子供たちって歌一緒に歌えたりするんでしょうかね。もし誰か知ってれば。I just asked if kids can sing like 3 years old.
Avocado asked how the girls are doing. They're sleeping. They sleep very, very well. So once we put them to bed, so they're sleeping. It's what time is it? 9:23 p.m. here. So yeah.
今子供たちはぐっすり寝てます。7時半から7時半ぐらいまでずっと寝てくれるので、今もこうやって平和にライブができてます。
애들은 지금 잘 자고 있답니다. 저희 딸들이 잠 하나 자는 건 진짜 1등이에요. 잠자는 건 1등이라서 일단 딱 눕히면 뭐 금방 잠들지 않더라도 저희를 찾고 그러지 않아요. 그냥 둘이 뭐 옹알옹알 대다가 잠들곤 하답니다. 지금은 완전 꿈나라입니다.
Oh yeah. Many people answer to my question. Like around 3 years old, they can sing. じゃあ来年は家族4人で歌えるといいな。ね、maybe we can sing together, four of us.
I'll teach them Korean 트로트 스타일. 한국 트로트 스타일로 애들이 노래를 부를 수 있도록 훈련시키겠습니다. 누가 한식을 더 좋아하나요? 일식을 더 좋아하나요? Someone asked if our girls prefer or like Japanese food better or Korean food better. 정말 I think I'm praising our girls too much, but in addition to sleeping well, they eat so well. They're not picky eaters. 정말 자꾸 딸바보처럼 딸 자랑하는 것 같은데 정말 잠도 잘 자지만 먹는 것도 너무 잘 먹어요. 그래서 가리지 않고 주면은 거의 다 먹어요. 그리고 이제 물론 굉장히 새로운 음식을 줬을 때는 처음엔 약간 거부하지만 두 번째 줬을 땐 너무 잘 먹어요. 예를 들면 북엇국 또 사발로 들고 막 마시고요. 된장국, 북엇국, 한국 음식 잡채 뭐 다 먹어요.
해장국.
해장국. So our girls are not picky eaters, so we serve them like Korean traditional soup, and they love it. And I think they love Japanese food. You can go. Yeah.
子供たちはどんな料理が好きですかっていう質問がありました。子供たちは本当によく寝るし、食べるのも本当によく食べて、何でもよく食べてくれます。韓国料理の辛くないやつだけどね、辛くないスープもそうだし、日本のスープとか日本の食べ物もそうだし、うどんも好きだし、
納豆
も好きだし、で、ピザも好きだし、唐揚げも好きだし、
Yeah.
anything you can eat. あとそう、昨日はとんかつ。昨日
Yeah.
はうちの晩ご飯とんかつだったんですけど、とんかつ好きかなと思って楽しみにしてたら、とんかつよりも横にあった千切りキャベツに夢中になって、They loved cabbage, yeah?
양배추도 너무 잘 먹더라고요. 돈가스 어저께 daddy가 해줬는데 애들이 저희가 양배추를 먹으니까 양배추 달라고 막 they ask for cabbage, right? Not cooked cabbage, fresh cabbage. And they just-
もうって言ってキャベツをどんどんせがんできました。子供たちはそうですね、7時半に寝て7時半ぐらいに起きます。Somebody asked after girls going to bed around 7:30, what time they wake up? 7:30.
Yeah. No, not 7:30. We wake them around 7.
7.
Yeah. 애들이 7시 반에 잠들어서 저희가 한 7시에 깨운답니다. 어쩔 때는 저희가 좀 회사를 일찍 나가야 되거나 좀 바쁜 날은 좀 일찍 깨우고요. 주말에는 조금 늦게 깨울 때도 있고요.
They barely wake up during midnight, yeah?
Yeah, they
夜中に起きて泣いちゃうこととかも全然ないです。
Yeah. So they sleep from 7:30 to usually 7 o'clock.
ごめんなさい、7時までで
And
した。
depending on our work schedule, sometimes we have to go to work early. We have early meetings, and we'll wake them before 7, like 6:30. And on weekends, we tend to let them sleep a little bit longer. Actually, we want to sleep a bit more. So
そうですね、夜7時半から朝7時ぐらいか、7時ぐらいに起こしに行って、デイケア行く準備とかして、平日はそんな感じ。で、土日は僕たちがちょっとゆっくり寝たいからっていうのもあるんだけれども、土日は子供たちも少し朝寝坊をする、スケジュールになってます。
그리고 어떤 분이 한국 분이 너무 빨리 지나가서 제가 아이디는 기억이 안 나는데요. 아카이브 꼭 남기겠습니다. Someone asked if we're gonna archive this. Yes, definitely.
Somebody is asking, how are you drinking now?
Yes.
今飲んでます。
And my friend asked who the girls take after in terms of eating so well. 제 선배님이 그렇게 잘 먹는 건 누굴 닮았나요? Who eats better, you or me?
I don't know, both, yeah?
We both eat very well.
よく食べるのはどっちに似たからですかっていう質問があったんですが、僕たちどっちもものすごくよく食べるので、まあどっちに似ても大食いになると思います。
But I do have to say, before you met me, you didn't really try like variety of
That's right.
international
Yeah.
cuisine, right? You were mostly just eating like Japanese or sometimes Italian, like but Like,
No Iranian, no what?
yeah.
음,
저 만나기
음,
전에는 그렇게 다양한 음식을 먹는 스타일은 아니었어요.
음,
근데 저 만나고 이제 좀 더 미식가가 됐다고 그래야 되나?
うん。
You became more sophisticated. Yeah.
ありがとうございます。そうですね、いろいろ僕たちいろんな料理を、何でも食べるんですけど、アッパと会う前はそういえば、基本僕は日本食でしたね。家で自分で作るのは日本食しか作れなかったし、で、食べに行くのは日本食、まあ、ほとんど居酒屋が好きだったから居酒屋にばっかり行ってたっていうのが理由かも。Maybe because of 居酒屋 The reason I only eat
Yeah.
Japanese around that time. Yeah.
Yeah.
うん
Because 요즘은 둘 다 잘 먹는데 아마도 저를 닮은 게 아닐까. 진짜 잘 먹는 거는 가리지 않고. I think in terms of not being picky at all, maybe they take after me.
うん
Yeah.
うんうん
Were you a picky eater when you were a child?
No, not at all. うん Ah, but I didn't like bread.
음.
うん、僕も小さい頃全然好き嫌いがなかった子だったんですけれども、唯一苦手だったのがパン。でも今はパンも食べれるようになりましたって、もういい年なんであれだけど、今はパンも食べれます。Who picks girls' clothes?
Girls' clothes? I picked
う
them.
ん、
I
や
picked
っぱで
them.
す。
Yeah.
うん。
So, um,
あ、服は誰が選ぶんですかっていう質問でした。アッパです。うん。
so daddy cooks.
うん
Yeah. Exclusively daddy
うん
prepares all the meal for
うん
for the girls. I do laundry and I change
う
diapers
ん
more than you do. Yeah.
うんうん
And I pick out girls clothes.
うん
애들 코디는 제가 하고요. 애들 밥 음식
うん
준비 먹이는 거는 daddy가 거의 다
うん
하고요.
うん
제가 이제 빨래하고 애들 옷 입히고 뭐 그런 건 제가
うん
하고요. Yeah. So
そうです
did I say
ね。
that in English?
But I understand. Maybe I think you did.
I don't know.
そう、今、アッパは英語でも言ったのか覚えてないんだけれども、アッパが子供たちの服を選んでくれてます。で、僕たち、やることはなんとなく決めたわけじゃないんだけれども、自動的に、分担制になっていて、子供たちの食事の用意は僕がやって、子供たちの服を着せたり、するのが、アッパで、おむつ替えもアッパの方が多くて、あとお風呂は昔はっていうほどまだ子供たち大きくないんですけれども、交代交代で、入れてたんだけれども、I'm gonna talk about my hand situation. うん、昔交代交代で入れてたんですが、いつからかな、子供が生まれた年の冬ぐらいからで、ちょうどコロナが真っ盛りというかコロナのあれで、手洗いを一生懸命しなきゃいけない。特に赤ちゃんがいるので、スーパーから買ってきたものは全部除菌で、外から出てきたら手洗いっていうのを続けてたら、僕の手がボロボロに、なってしまって、でもう皮が全部むけるぐらいのボロボロになっちゃって、で病院とかも行って、良くなってはまた悪くなって、良くなっては悪くなってっていうので、もうかれこれ1年以上、ちょっと手の具合が悪い状況が続いているので、子供をお風呂に入れてあげたいんだけれども、手が痛くてちょっと大変なことになるので、ずーっと子供のお風呂はアッパがやってくれてます。I just explained about my hand situation. Because I wanted to explain that you bathe our girls, you pick our girls' clothes, and you change our girls' clothes, and then mostly you change their diapers. And I do cooking.
So now daddy has some skin problem. You want to explain in English or?
Yeah, you can explain. Yeah.
So I don't know what is it.
I don't know.
But anyway, so he has some allergic reaction to food and
I didn't talk further that much yet.
Okay.
I just only talk
Okay.
about this.
Okay. So when you speak
Uh,
in Japanese, then
uh.
you need to explain in English because yeah,
Okay,
now
okay.
people know that I don't understand Japanese. 요즘 저희 대리가 이 주부습진 같은 게 코로나 때문인지 계속 집에만 있고 계속 애들 밥하고 이래서 생겨서 좀 고생을 하고 있답니다. 그 얘기를 일본어로 했다고 하네요. 네.
arigatou gozaimasu. Many people introduce me to some like hand cream or Vaseline. Yeah.
Someone asked me, Appa, where are you from? Seoul or Busan? I'm from Seoul. 저는 서울 출신이고요. You are from?
東京。
예.
アッパがソウルで、僕は東京出身です。
대리는 도쿄 출신이고 저는 서울 출신이랍니다. 예.
What's our girl's birthday gift? Next year. No, not next year.
This
This
coming
year.
coming birthday.
Yeah.
애들 생일 선물이 뭐냐고 또 여쭤봐주는데 전혀 생각 못 해봤는데 we haven't thought about it.
子供たちの誕生日プレゼント何にしますかっていう質問があったんですけど、全く考えてなかったですね。でも前にアッパに言ったんだけれども、僕、子供たちが2歳の誕生日か3歳の誕生日になるときには、なんかお菓子とかケーキを作ってあげてみたいなと思ってます。僕、料理はたまにやったりするんですが、お菓子作りは一切したことがなくて、自分自身があまり甘いものが得意じゃなくて、ケーキとかもあんまり食べないんで、全然作ろうっていうあれもなかったんですが、子供たちはきっと多分作ってあげたり、あとは一緒に作ったりするのがきっと楽しいかなと思って、お菓子作りの勉強をしたいなと思ってます。So I just told everybody that maybe this year or next year I want to try baking cakes or cookies. Yeah.
올해 아니면 내년에는 꼭 애들 생일 때 직접 케이크를 데디가 만들어주고 싶다고 하네요. 그리고 선샤인님 감사합니다. ID Sunshine said, most of them are Japanese here. I always laugh and get touched by watching you guys raise kids and always supporting us. 감사합니다. And Noseo TV. Noseo TV is our friends in Korea. Also, they also have a YouTube channel. But he said once you finish YouTube Live, it gets archived automatically. 감사합니다.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What brings us to New York? 왜 뉴욕에 정착하게 되었냐? Should I go first?
Yeah.
So I came to the States to study for grad program, and then I, came to New York City to work, and then I met him.
Don't point me like that.
And then we had kids, and now we are here. Yeah. 어떻게 뉴욕에 오게 됐냐? 이제 대학 졸업하고 이제 대학원 비슷한 과정을 이제 밟으러 미국에 와서 그리고 맨하탄에 이제 뉴욕에 뉴욕시에서 직장을 얻어서 일을 하다가 데디를 만났고 또 이제는 제 아기들의 아버지가 되어서 이렇게 뉴욕에 정착하게 되었답니다.
なんでニューヨークにいるんですかっていう質問がありました。アッパは、ニューヨークに最初勉強しに来て、大学の次の勉強を、しに来て、それがニューヨーク州でした。で、僕も同じで大学の次の、勉強があってアメリカに来て、最初はボストンに、行ってました。で、その後就職でニューヨークに引っ越してきて、この人と会ってトントントンと今子供たちを育てております。
So I think we both
Came here for study?
yeah, but we never really thought that we would be you know, living in New York City for this long, and
うん。
I mean, this is kind of like our home now since we have kids.
そうですね。二人ともまさかこんなに長くアメリカにいることになるとは、昔の自分たちは全然想像もしてなかったので、まあ人生どうなるかわからないですね。ワイン tastes good?
Yeah,
あ
so
美味しい。
can I tell them
Yeah.
it's the first time in 10 days?
いやいや、
Um, so we haven't had a drop of alcohol. I mean, we don't drink hot liquor most of the time, but we haven't had wine for 10 days. Um, it tastes good. 거의 저희가 열흘 동안 뭐 저희 채널을 보시는 분들은 아시겠지만 저희가 와인을 굉장히 좋아하거든요. 근데 열흘 동안 술을 한 방울도 안 마시다가 오늘 이렇게 한잔 하니까 되게 맛있네요.
今、アッパが言ったのは、今日はこれ、10日ぶりのお酒です。10日間ずっと一滴も、ビールも、ソジュも、ワインも何も飲まずに、水とお茶だけ飲んでたんですが、水とお茶とコーヒーだけでした。テイスティーや
But let's not drink too much.
Okay.
Chie 621 said she wants to drink wine too. 아빠 너 누나.
Yeah, RM said Appa's, she wants to see Appa's Nuna.
Yeah, so
Hoping her to become YouTuber. アッパのお姉さんが YouTuber になればいいのにって言ってる人がいました。
yeah, so one thing that really surprised us was how much people became fond of my sister. 정말 유튜브 채널 보시는 분들이 저희 누나를 너무 좋아해 주셔서 되게 놀랐어요. 감사합니다.
アッパのお姉ちゃんがまさかこんなに人気者になるとは思ってなくてびっくりしました。ありがとうございます。
How do the girls
Girls
call
call
daddies?
daddies?
So it's interesting. So the older one for some time used to call me Appa. Yeah? Appa, Appa, Appa. But now there's not so much. And the younger one insists on calling both of us Dada. Yeah.
Maybe Dada was easier for her.
Yeah, I don't know.
But nowadays she
Yeah. But the
Say
older
Appa.
one calls you Dada, and then she used to call me Appa.
子供たちは僕たちのことを何て呼ぶんですかっていうご質問がありました。アッパとダダです。で、上の子は結構早いうちからアッパのこと、アッパーアッパーアッパーって、
Appa, Appa.
アッパアッパって言ってました。で、僕のことはダダダダで、下の子はアッパっていうのがなかなか難しかったみたいで、最初の頃は僕たちのことどっちのこともダダダダ、僕が目の前にいるのにアッパのことを探してダダダダ.
저희 딸들이 저희를 어떻게 부르냐고 물어봐 주셨는데요. 저희 첫째는 한동안 저를 아빠라고 불렀어요. 아빠, 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 아빠 하고.
Are you okay?
다디는 둘 다 다다라고 부르고요. 근데 요즘은 둘째가 저희 둘 다 다다라고 불러요. 괜히 고집 부리는 것 같아요. I think younger one is just being stubborn. She knows she's not supposed to call me Dada. She's supposed to call me Appa, but yeah.
Yeah. They are so quiet. Yeah. Good. Wow, 560 people.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you. So before,
Hmm?
Mm.
No.
This morning, right? Like we were like asking to each other, like, how many people do you think will watch our live?
Mm.
And I said 50. So 朝アッパが今日ライブ何人ぐらい見ると思うって聞かれて僕は50人ぐらいかなって答えたんですが今まさかその10倍以上集まってて本当にありがとうございます。
So this morning we're talking about like this is our first YouTube live, yeah? And like I don't know if I asked him or he asked me, but like how many, people do you think will watch our YouTube live? And Daddy was like, what?
50?
50? Yeah, but now we're like over 550, 559. So thank you. 아침에 서로 이제 오늘 첫 유튜브 라이브인데 몇 명이나 와서 저희 라이브를 봐주실까 이런 얘기를 했는데 Daddy는 한 50명? 이렇게 얘기하더라고요. 근데 생각보다 진짜 많은 분들 와주셔서 감사합니다.
Do our girls mess around our house rooms? 子供たちは部屋を散らかしますかっていう質問がありました。最近ご飯を食べる時も割と綺麗に食べられるようになっていろいろ昔はなんかブロッコリー投げたりとかちょっと気に食わないものを下に落としたりとかしてましたけども最近食べ方も良くなって、食べ終わった後の床掃除も随分楽になりました。They don't mess around, yeah? When they eat, they
Yeah, when they eat, but by the way, they're getting much better. Before, like after they eat, it's like a war zone. And my sister, when she first saw the mess that they make after eating, like she was so shocked. But they've gotten much better. But I don't think so. I don't think they mess up the room that much. And younger one, she likes tidying up.
そうですね。下の子はお片付けが好きなので、なんか床に落ちてると拾って、だだって言って渡してくれたりします。
저희 애들이 누가 이제 방이나 집을 많이 어지럽히냐고 물어봐 주셨는데 별로 그렇진 않은데 이제 물론 이제 밥 먹고 난 다음에는 장난이 아니죠. 저희 누나가 처음에 와가지고서는 애들 먹고 난 다음에 놀래더라고요. 막 다 떨어뜨리고 먹고 나니까 이제 그거 치우는 것도 일인데 근데 이제 많이 좋아졌고요. 점점 이제 더 좀 깨끗하게 좀 깔끔하게 먹게 되는 것 같고 막내는 뭘 치우는 걸 좋아해요. 그래서 제가 치우면 옆에 와서 치워주려고 그러고 정리해주고 장난감 주면서 갖다 줘 장난감 원위치에 놔달라 하고 예. 그래서 그렇게 많이 예. 어지럽히는 스타일이 아닌 것 같아요.
Love and support. Thank you.
Thank you.
So what kind of a personality difference they have?
성격이 둘이 확실히 다른 거는 느끼는데요. 근데 그때 성격도 조금씩 성장하면서 조금씩 바뀌는 것 같아요. 그래서 성격이 이렇다 딱 얘기하기에는 아직 이른 것 같고 또 물론 저희가 다 잘 키워서 좋은 성격으로 또 유도를 해줘야겠죠. I mean, definitely they're different, but I think it's too soon to say she has this personality or her character's like this because the character and personality still are evolving. But I do think they're very different in some respect.
子供たちの性格の違いはどんな感じですかって聞かれました。まだ多分この子はこういう性格かなって決めるのは早いかなと思うんですけれども、随分と違いますね。多分下の子の方がおっとりと、あと周りを、Our younger one observes better, right? 周りをこうよく観察をしている感じがします。上の子はもう自由奔放な。Older one is very free.
Yes. Yeah. So I think older one is like more direct, she's not shy of what
Mm.
telling us what she wants.
Mm.
Younger one too. Like I don't think like she's like shy or she's very introvert, but she likes to kind of take a back seat when we come, across like a new situation. She observes, and then once she feels comfortable, then she exerts herself into this, whereas our older one would just go for it. 첫째는 좀 뭐 어린아이 성격을 이렇게 표현하면 좀 그렇지만 약간 저돌적인 면이 있어요. 그래서 그냥 부딪혀보는 스타일. 뭐 아직 잘 몰라서 그럴 수도 있지만 그 막내는 좀 새로운 환경에 가면은 좀 자세히 좀 관찰하고 일단은 좀 뒤로 뒤에 있다가 이제 자기 편해지면 이제 좀 오픈하는 스타일. 예.
It's fun, yeah.
It's
They're very different.
it's fun. It's fun. And maybe also like we sometimes think the younger one is a bit more stubborn. 막내가 좀 고집은 좀 더 센 것 같아요. 근데 아직 다 너무 어리기 때문에 이게 딱 얘는 성격이 이렇다. 이렇게 자꾸 이런 식으로 제가 생각하면 그 육아에도 좋은 것 같지는 않아서 근데 여쭤보시니까
アッパはどれくらい日本語がわかるんですか？
本当にです。
こんな状態です。アッパはどのくらい日本語わかりますかって質問があったんですが、まあ見ての通りです。
What was that?
So, how much Japanese Appa can understand? So yes, as you see.
아, 그냥 그렇다고님. 안녕하세요. 라이브 처음이에요. 예, 반갑습니다.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Did I
no.
disturb? A couple people ask about if our girls use futon, blanket. 最近はブランケットを使って寝てます。だけどやっぱり寝相が悪いので数時間おきにこう見に行くとブランケットの上に寝てたりとかそういう状態なのでちょいちょい様子を見に行くたびにお腹冷やさないようにかぶせてます。So they started using blanket, but whenever we go back to their room to check on them, like they always sometimes sleeping on the blanket.
On top of the blanket and yeah, but now like it has become our like nighttime ritual. So before going to bed, like we put futon and then we put the blanket. So they like going underneath the blanket and they know it's like bedtime. They're very happy to crawl under the blanket. 그래서 이제 이불을 펴주면요, 이불 안에 쏙 들어가는 게 이제 잠들기 전에 저희 이 뭐라 그래야 될까요? 한국말이 이제 기억이 잘 못하겠네. 밤마다 이제 딱 하는 저희 루틴이죠. 그래서 블랭켓을 이불을 펴주면 이불 안에 쏙 들어가요. 그리고 이제 잘 시간이라는 거 알고 그 이불이 주는 촉감을 좋아하는 것 같아요. I think the girls love the feel of the blanket. Yeah. So yeah.
And I'm sorry, someone asked us if we have any other YouTuber friends, Futari Papa and somebody. YouTuber のフレンド、YouTuber のフレンドはってルー大柴みたいになっちゃったけどね。YouTuber の友達は、二人パパと、かずえちゃんと、のせよ TV?
Yeah, 노세요 TV. 어떤 분이 다른 유튜버 친구들이 있냐고 물어봐주셨는데 사실 저희가 이렇게 유튜버라고 하기에는 되게 부족한 것도 많고 저희는 사실 한 달에 동영상 2개 올리는 것도 좀 버겁거든요. 아무래도 저희 직장 생활을 해야 되니까. 그래서 뭐 유튜버 많이 교류하는 유튜버들은 없지만 물론 후다리 파파 그리고 가즈에짱 그리고 이제 제가 한국에서 알던 형 커플 노세요 TV라고 이제 가끔 이제 채팅에서 지금 저희 응원해주고 계신데 라이브는 솔직히 없어요. So we don't really have YouTuber friends. I mean, I guess we are technically YouTubers because we have a YouTube channel, but I don't think we are like professional YouTubers. It's like even challenging for us to upload even 2 videos in a month because we work and we have childcare, um, so we don't really interact too much with other YouTubers. I mean, we would love to, but just in terms of YouTuber friends, I think it's Futari Papa and
風ちゃん and
Kaze-chan, and then there's a Korean gay couple that they also run YouTube channel. It's called Noseo TV. They're on the chat room. They're supporting us. They're
そうですね、
rooting for
YouTuber の
us.
友
So,
達は2人パパと和江ちゃんと、あと韓国のアッパの友達ののせよ TV っていうのはこのチャットルームにも入ってきてくれてるんですが、その3組ぐらいかな。で、僕たちはまあ一応 YouTube を上げてるから、YouTube のビデオを上げてるから YouTuber ってなるのかもしれないんですけども、全然プロフェッショナルな YouTuber じゃなくて、コツコツと時間ができた時に動画を編集して2週間に1回とか、もしかしたらそんなにも上げれてないぐらいなんで、まあ、趣味の延長でやってる感じなので、ちょっととても YouTuber とは言えないかもしれませんが、
someone asked, do we all have different nationalities? I mean, you, me, and our girls. So our girls are obviously American citizens. And we kind of little bit talked about this in one of our videos, Q&A part 2 video. So unfortunately, our girls are not able to become a Japanese or Korean citizen because Japan and Korea, they don't recognize same-sex marriage. So it is very unfortunate, and I hope someday, now girls will be able to, carry Japanese and Korean passports, and when they become 18 or adults, and I want them to choose, some countries allow dual citizenship, but some countries don't. But I want them to at least have the option. They're growing up as both Korean, Japanese, and also American, right? And I don't want them to just be stuck with. I'm not saying stuck. It's not the right word. I mean, but obviously, I want them to have the option.
We wanted to give them, options to choose.
그 저희 딸들 국적은 저희가 저희 Q&A Part 2 비디오에서도 잠깐 언급하긴 했지만 저희 딸들은 이제 미국 시민권자죠. 미국에서 태어났으니까 당연히. 그러나 저희 한국 국적 또는 일본 국적을 취득할 수가 없는 상황이죠. 왜냐면은 동성 결혼을 한국이나 일본에서 인정해 주지 않으니 저희 딸들을 당연히 한국 여권이나 일본 여권을 못 받죠. 그래서 언젠가는 이제 좀 환경이 더 좋아지고 해서 저희 딸들이 성인이 됐을 때 나는 한국 국적을 갖겠어. 아니면 난 미국 국적자 그냥 남겠어. 적어도 그런 선택권은 저희 딸들이 가질 수 있는 그런 날이 오기를 저희는 희망합니다. Japanese, please. Why?
Nothing.
Why?
You are as if you are going to. What's that? I don't know. Anyway, そうですね。家族みんな国籍違うんですかっていう質問で、そうですね。アッパは韓国人、僕は日本人で、子供たちはアメリカ人なので、みんな国籍バラバラです。で、子供たちが生まれる前に、どうにか日本や韓国は同性婚を認めてないけれども、どうにか僕たちの子供に、日本国籍や韓国国籍をあげられる手立てはないかといろんなところに、相談や質問をして、大使館や領事館とかあとはそういう法律の専門家の人とかにもいろいろ話を聞いたりしてたんですけれども、どうしても今の制度だと難しくて、本当は将来子どもたちがどっちか好きな方を選べるようなそういうオプションをあげられればいいなと思って一生懸命、 調べてはいたんですけども、やっぱりそれは叶わなくて、今はみんなバラバラの、国籍で、パスポートもバラバラな感じです。あ、パズキン so beautiful, somebody said.
감사합니다.
うん。
아리가또 고자이마스. Daddy's voice.
That is voice?
어. What about 아빠's voice?
アッパの声はどうですか？
근데 저희 한국에서 또 시청해주신 분들한테 제가 말씀드리고 싶은 건 데디 보이스를 데디 목소리가 좋다고 하는 사람들이 굉장히 많더라고요. 저는 솔직히 제 목소리가 별로 안 좋아하는데 제 목소리를요. 근데 데디 목소리 좋다고 많은 사람들이 그러더라고요. 예, 참고로요. 예. So many people like think that daddy has really good voice. Even my sister, right? I think even first time she met you, she mentioned you really have good voice. I personally don't like my own voice. So good for you.
Can
Good
I
for
translate it by myself?
yes.
自分で訳すのが恥ずかしいんですけれども、すごくたくさんの人に、ダディはいい声だねって、アッパのお姉ちゃんとかにも言ってもらってます。言ってくれた人、ありがとうございます。で、アッパは自分の声が好きじゃないらしくて、I love your voice.
Oh, thank you.
うん。
You have no choice. Oh, someone asked, without revealing personal name details for your privacy, thank you. How did you decide what family names your girls would use? We can tell them that. This, yeah. Family name. So we combined both of our last names. So
うん。
hyphen.
そう、子供たちの名字は何ですかっていう質問があって、子供たちの名字は僕たちのそれぞれの名字をハイフンでつなげたものとなります。
저희 딸들의 성이 뭐냐고 물어봐 주셨는데요. 제 성하고 daddy 성을 합쳐서 합친 게 저희 딸들의 성이랍니다. 그 중간에 이렇게 하이픈이 들어가게 해서 예. 그 미국에서는 동성 커플뿐만이 아니라 이성 커플도 보통은 이제 여자분이 여성이 남성과 결혼하면 보통 남성 성을 따르지만 여성 자기의 그 성을 계속 지키는 사람들도 많거든요. 그럴 경우에는 자기 자녀들 이름에는 같이 성을 혼합해서 하는 경우가 많더라고요. So it's common in America, not that common, but not only for gay couples or lesbian couples, but also for straight couples. There are many women who do keep their last name, and so when they have a child, you know, they use both of their last names, the fathers and mothers, and that's how they, you know, they're proud.
名字を2つつなげたりするのは全然特別なことじゃなくて、結婚した後にどちらかの姓に統一するっていうことも しないことも選択できるので、子供の名字が親のそれぞれの名字を持つこともあったりします。
And I think this FC, I think it's from Japan, but writing all the comments in English. So thank you. FC said wanted me to understand, you know, what's going on. So thank you.
ありがとうございます。FC さん、アッパも分かるように英語でコメントで書いてくれてありがとうございます。あ、のぶみさんも見てくださってありがとうございます。
No problem.
Oh, almost 600? Oh, yes. Wow. Surprise.
Yeah.
Isn't it so difficult to comment back to all the YouTube comments? YouTube のコメント返信大変じゃないですかってありましたが、最近少しずつ遅くなっちゃってるんですが、楽しんで返信をしています。It's fun, yeah?
It's fun, and
うん。
you know,
うん。
a lot of comments that we receive,
うん。
you know, are so heartwarming and supporting
う
us,
ん。
but also many people also share their
うん。
own
うん。
stories
うん。
too,
うん。
and you know, like sometimes people say they're touched by, our videos, but we're also touched by their
うん。
stories. So, and we always started like, with replying to everyone.
うん。
So, I
う
mean,
ん。
as long as we have the time, we
う
want to
ん。
continue to do
う
that.
ん。
근데 어떤 분이 저희 채널에 이제 댓글에 저희는 다 답장을 하는데 그게 힘들지 않냐고 물어봐 주셨는데요. 음, 사실 이제 많은 분들이 저희 이제 채널 뭐 비디오를 보시고 감동을 받았다 아니면은 뭐 그 응원의 메시지를 보내주시지만 또 많은 분들이 저희 비디오를 보시고 또 그분들의 이야기를 이렇게 공유해 주시는 경우가 있어요. 댓글을 통해서. 근데 그런 걸 읽으면 저희도 또 감동을 받고, 그래서 저희는 이제 저희가 계속 시간이 허락하고, 한다면 끝까지 계속, 모든 댓글에, 그 답글을 남겨드리고 싶습니다.
うん。そう、コメントいただくのは本当に嬉しくて、アッパも自分でこう翻訳しながら日本語のコメントとかを全部読んでます。で、返信するのも楽しくて、こうコメントを読んで返信をするときに、なんかまたそこでいろいろ考えさせられるようなコメントをくれる方たちも、あと温かいコメントをくれる方たちがたくさんいて、すごく勉強にもなるし、なんだろう、心がヘルシーな感じにも感じてます。で、あとは僕たちの YouTube をご自身のお子さんと一緒に見てるんですっていう方ですとか、あとはご自身のお母さんと一緒に見てるんですっていう人とかもいらっしゃって、お子さんと一緒に見てる方はある時インスタを通してそのお子さんからも直接メッセージをいただいたりして、とても嬉しかったです。で、あとお母様と一緒に見てるっていう方も何名かいらっしゃるんですが、そのうちの一組はなんか今日もお母様と一緒に見てくれるっていうコメントを事前にくれてたので、もしご覧になってたらいつもありがとうございますとお母様にもお伝えください。
Alan Jones said, Appa's coming out story was very impressive. You make me strong. Thank you. Thank you so much. We've been asked many times to share our coming out story to our viewers, and we always kind of talked about like how we can share the story. And Daddy had this idea, very good idea, that since my sister was visiting, he said maybe we can tell your coming out story through the lens of your sister. And I think that was a really good idea.
Right?
Yeah. Sometimes he adds value.
時々いいこと思いつくからね。アッパのカミングアウトストーリーっていう動画をこの前上げて、アッパのお姉ちゃんと一緒に、アッパが家族にカミングアウトした時の、様子とか気持ちをお姉ちゃんの視点からお話をしてもらいました。で、その動画はすごくたくさんいい反響をいただいて、今アッパがふざけながら言ってくれたのが僕のアイデアです。お姉ちゃんが来るときに、でもお姉ちゃんが来てくれるならお姉ちゃんのお話をみんなにしてもらうのもいいかもねっていうふうに僕が言って、カミングアウトの話とかをカミングアウトした後に家族がどう受け止めたかとか、家族がそのカミングアウトをした家族のことをどう思ったかっていうのってなんだろう、聞けたら少し 考え方が変わったりとか勇気が出たりとか見方が変わったりっていうのがあったりするかなと思って、もしこのチャンスにもしお姉ちゃんに話してもらえるならと思って、やってみました。
예, 그 어떤 분이 저희 커밍아웃 스토리 보고 많이 힘을 얻었다고 하셔서 사실 이제 유튜브 채널 운영하면서 가끔 시청해주신 분들이 커밍아웃 스토리에 대해서 한번 얘기해달라. 어떻게 커밍아웃 했는지 가족한테. 그래서 언제나 좀 고민을 했어요. 어떻게 이 얘기를 전달하는 게 좋을까. 근데 다리가 이제 아빠 누나가 오니까 아빠의 누나의 관점에서 커밍아웃 스토리를 한번 해보는 게 어떨까 해서 그렇게 하게 됐는데 이게 정말 간혹 가다 이제 번뜩이는 이런 좋은 아이디어가 있답니다. 1년에 한 번? Once a year? Good idea?
1年に1回はいいアイデア出すよねって言われました。いや、once a year? Once in other years?
Do you have any siblings, Daddy?
I have older brother. お兄さんがいます。僕は。Yeah, our Nuna has lots of fans.
Yes. Akemi-san says, sister cried for Appa leaving home country. Yes, yes. So, just for the viewers, my sister is doing very well. She misses our girls a lot. She misses us. But hopefully, we visit, sister and my parents in Korea, or they come visit us. So, yeah. 많은 분들이 저희 누나에 대해서 언급해 주시는데요. 저희 누나는 잘 지내고 있고요. 저희 딸들이 너무 보고 싶다고 하고 또 저희도 보고 싶어 하는데 또 조만간 곧 볼 수 있을 거라 생각합니다. 미유산 said, 언니가 너무 예뻐요. 제가 제일 좋아요. I'm her best fan.
Is she watching our live? No, yeah.
Well, I told her about our live, but she has something because now it's Saturday morning Korea time. But she said she said if she can, she'll watch. And I told her it's gonna be archived anyway. So. Oh, hello from India. Hi.
Hello. Yeah, we have so many viewers from so many different countries, right?
Yes. Yeah.
すごくいろんな国の方から Hi from India とかね、Hi from Singapore とかいろいろな国からメッセージいただけてすごい嬉しいです。
Maybe if everyone can announce where they're from, I think actually PK asked where you guys all from. I don't think you'll realize, but then we can just run through all the countries that you guys are watching from. You don't have to, but
From Kyoto.
Kyoto. I miss Kyoto.
Only for you?
Sorry.
今アッパ自分のグラスだけついで俺の全然何もしないで。
I just put for myself. Oh, Carmen is from Brooklyn.
Hello.
Virginia, US. Portland, Oregon. Wow.
Nice. Which can handle alcohol better? アッパの方がお酒強いです。アッパ is better.
Yes, I'm better. 누가 더 술이 세냐고요? 제가 더 세답니다.
Do you guys have any plan to visit Japan? So far, no, but we'd love to.
We don't, but we'd love to.
今のところ日本に行く予定はないんだけれども、行きたいですね。
Panama. Wow. Central
おー、
America. Seattle.
うん、
뭐 Kobe. I mean, we don't have any immediate plan.
うん、
Brazil, yeah, but definitely, I mean, we have to visit
うん、
Japan and Korea, and we want our girls to, learn where their, fathers are from.
うん、
So that's definitely on the to-do list. Yeah. 저희 이제 일본에 갈 계획이 있냐고, 여행 갈 계획이 있냐고 물어봐 주는데 당연하죠. 저희 한국, 일본 꼭 가야 되고 저희
うん、
딸들이 그래서 저희 그 자기 부모가 어디서 태어나고 그 뿌리를 아는 게 중요하니까요. 예. From
う
Osaka.
ん。 Somebody said, Good morning, I overslept. おはようございます、寝坊しましたっていう方が。couple people said they want to see Drunken Daddy again.
아,
Bassy Daddy. そうで
음.
すね、二人パパとのライブでひどい姿をお見せしてしまって。
So for some of the viewers who are in this chat, participating live, maybe you might not have watched it, but when Futari Papa, a very famous YouTuber, visited us, he, out of nowhere suggested we do YouTube live, and we had too much to drink that night. Everybody was so happy, and and Daddy had too much to drink that night. So people are referring to that. They want to see drunk Daddy. He was drunk.
I was.
Yeah, he was. So if you get a chance, go watch it. 못 보신 분들도 계시겠지만 저 후타리 파파라고 유명한 저 게이 유튜버 저 그 게이 커플이면서 또 아들을 키우는 유튜버가 저희 집에 놀러 온 적이 있었는데 그때 갑자기 유튜브 라이브 하자고 그래가지고 준비도 안 된 상황에서 했는데 그날 좀 술을 많이 마셔듣고 데디가 좀 많이 취했었거든요. 그래서 어떤 분이 다시 또 취한 데디가 보고 싶다고 얘기해서 예. Carmen saw it.
Oh, really? Oh my god.
Actually, Carmen asked, who does girls' hair? 애들 머리를 누가 하는지. We both do it. 저희 둘 다 해요. I think we're getting better.
うん、
점점
う
할수록
ん。
느는 것 같아요.
子供の髪を結ぶのはどっちですか？二人ともやってるんですけど、いや、we're getting better。最初はもう本当に難しくてだったんですけども、だんだん慣れてきて。But one day, someday, they may ask us to make their hair like Elsa.
You mean to braid their hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, we will definitely learn how to do it. I mean, it's like on the job training. You just learn. 머리 따달라고 나중에 하면 어떡하냐고 해서 걱정하지 말라고 그랬어요. 데디한테 제가. 그럼 다 배우게 해야 되면 다 하게 된다고. So. Thank you, Joe. And enjoy all our videos. Thank you.
A couple of people mentioned that watching our channel actually help them learn English and Korean. 日本語じゃないか。韓国語と英語の勉強になりますって言ってくれてありがとうございます。Yes, we didn't teach them Japanese or Korean yet, but we always try to talk to them me talk to them in Japanese and he talks to them in Korean. 日本語と韓国語を子供たちに教えてるんですかってありましたが、まだ教えたりはできないんですけれども、僕は一生懸命話せるときは日本語で話しかけて、アッパは韓国語で話しかけてます。でも保育園の行き帰りにもうとにかくなんかいろいろ話しかけて日本語をこう浴びせようとこうすると、もう話すことがなくなっちゃって自分でもこう何言ってるか分かんなくて、ほらワンマンがいる、ワンマンだよ、ワンマン、はい、何色のワンマンってこうワンマンしか言ってない日とか。So I said ワンマン again, yeah? ワンマン a lot, yeah? So I try to talk to them in Japanese as much as possible when I have chance. So on the way to the daycare or on the way back home, I always try to talk to them in Japanese. But since since every day I try to talk to them a lot, now I don't have anything else to talk about. So only thing I can say is, hey, there's a dog. Hey, there's a dog. What color is this dog? What color is that dog? Only talking about dogs. Yeah.
저는 이제 저희 딸들한테 물론 한국어로 얘기를 하고 daddy는 일본어로 얘기하고요. 하지만 이제 데이케어 저희 유아원에 가면 영어로 거기서는 영어를 하니까요. 근데 제가 생각했을 때는 애들이 아무래도 영어를 더 편하게 받아들이는 것 같아요. I think they're getting more comfortable with English just because of the
Daycare.
learning at daycare, interacting with friends. But I'm just gonna continue to speak to them in Korean, and I hope you do that in Japanese. That's the only way I think. I mean, because they're not exposed to Korean or Japanese outside of, our house. So
The funny thing is sometimes you talk to me in Korean, especially in the morning when you woke up, right? And me too, like sometimes, そう、子供たちに僕は日本語でこっちは韓国語でいろいろ話すようになっ一生懸命話すようになってたら、それがこう癖になっちゃって、僕たちお互いに喋るときに、僕が間違えてアッパに日本語で話しかけたり、アッパが寝起きで韓国語で僕に話しかけたりとか、ということが最近起きてます。
제가 가끔 아침에 깨어났을 때 좀 정신없을 땐 저도 모르게 daddy한테 한국말을 얘기해요. You do that too, yeah? 그냥 가끔 daddy도 저한테 일본어로 얘기하고. Someone asked, they loved our 돌잔치 video, our girl's first birthday video. What's the plan for the second birthday? To be honest, we really haven't thought about it. 두 번째 두 돌 계획은 아직 전혀 생각도 못했고요. 사실 진짜로 한국은 어떤지 모르겠어요. 여기는 이제 여름이 되면 진짜 어린 나이인데도 또 썸머 캠프를 따로 보내더라고요. 또 그 보육원 시즌이 끝나면 6월 달쯤에 그 8월 말까지 그 2달 동안에 썸머 캠프라는 것도 찾아서 거기를 그런 데를 보내지 않으면 집에 있어야 돼요, 애들이. 요즘 그거 생각하느라고 뭐 사실 이제 애들 뭐 두 번째 생일에 대해서 전혀 뭐 생각할 겨를이 없었어요. So what we found very interesting is I don't know how in Japan, but I also I don't know in Korea because I don't know how kids are raised nowadays, but in America, in the States, so like in around June, like daycare is closed, and we have to find summer camp for toddlers. I mean, they're not even like in school yet. So we're mostly focused on trying to figure out what we're gonna do during the summertime. Where we're gonna send our girls. How we're gonna make sure their schedule and our work schedule are aligned and all that. So we really haven't been focused on how we're gonna celebrate the second birthday.
そうですね、また別の方から2歳の誕生日どうするんですかっていう質問があったんですけれども、今それを全然すっかり失念してたのが理由があって、保育園今行ってるんですが、アメリカの保育園って6月ぐらいになっちゃうともう夏休みになってしまっちゃって、その期間別のサマーキャンプって呼ばれる別の何かこう行ってこう勉強したりアクティビティがあるところを探さなきゃいけなくて、今どんなそういうプログラムがあってもどんどん先着順で埋まっちゃって、どんなプログラムがあるのかっていうのを今いろいろこう調べてるところで、そっちに集中していて、子どもたちの誕生日の計画はもうすっかり忘れてました。 ありがとうございました。山本千恵美さんsaid.
So we're, way past, our scheduled time. We were thinking we were doing for an
yeah.
hour, but it's already like almost, coming up
90
against
minutes
90
almost.
minutes. But, maybe I just want to ask viewers who are participating in our first YouTube live, like, like any thoughts on our channel, anything you want to share, like any suggestion, we would love to hear, and what you like about our channel. Start to drink and my husband fell asleep. 이제 저희가 원래는 1시간 하려고 했는데 보니까 벌써 이제 거의 1시간 반이 다 돼가는데요. 이제 마무리하는 의미에서 저희 시청해주시는 분들이 저희 뭐 채널에 대해서 조금 이런 거 더 많이 보여주시면 좋겠다, 뭐 그런 요구사항이거나 아니면은 뭐 추천사항 같은 게 있으면 말씀해 주시면 감사하겠습니다.
そう60分のライブを予定していたんですけれども、楽しくて気づけばもうそろそろ90分に、なりそうです。アッパが今言ってたのが、最初の方でも申し上げましたが、僕たちのチャンネルを見てどんな風に感じていらっしゃるかとか、どんな感想かとか、あとはもし何か、サジェスチョンって何て言うんだっけ、なんか提案とかがあれば、いろいろ教えていただけると嬉しいです。
Chie Jiyoung said, "Thank you." 아빠와 데디 동영상을 보면 서로에 대한 따뜻한 애정을 느끼고 따님들에 대한 애정을 느끼고 마음이 따뜻해집니다. Thank you. 감사합니다. 아리가또 고자이마스.
Somebody said he or she is interested in our exercise.
And I knew Carmen would say this. She said, "I would love to see the girls more."
そう、今日は子供たちがいなくて、おっさん2人だけで失礼しました。また次回、maybe one day we can try live with the girls.
I don't know how that's
Chaotic?
gonna. I don't know if that's gonna how that's gonna work out. Yeah. Please do a room tour. Yes. Yes, I know. So I know a lot of people. Not a lot. Some of you asked for daddy's karage recipes.
Yeah.
And also
Room tour.
Yeah, room tour. But karage recipe definitely coming. We just have to find the right time. Room tour construction is still ongoing. So eventually, 많은 분들이 저희 이제 집 이제 인테리어 공사한 거를 어떻게 되는지 한번 보고 싶다고 해가지고 좀 영상을 올려달라고 하신 분도 계시고, 또 저희 다디의 그 유명한 카라게 레시피를 공유해달라고 하신 분들이 많으신데요. 카라게 레시피는 이제 곧 할 예정이고요. 저희가 기회를 좀 찾고 있는 중이고, 집 투어는 아직도 공사 중이랍니다. 조금 기다리셔야 될 것 같습니다.
皆さんからたくさん温かいメッセージをいただいてるって変だけども、唐揚げの動画もいつか挑戦してみたいと思います。あとたくさんの方から、お願いされているルームツアー、これもねぜひやってみたいんですけれども、まだ工事が完成してなくて、終わったら頑張ってやってみるかもしれません。あと他にもピクニック。
Oh, picnic. Yeah, picnic definitely we're planning. We really want to take our girls to Cherry Blossom. We want to make it into our annual tradition. So we're gonna do it. 피크닉 영상 좀 올려달라고 하신 분이 계신데, 이제 벚꽃 구경 정말 갈 거고요. 벚꽃 구경 가는 거는 저희 딸들과 저희 그 매년 행사로 저희가 하고 싶은 마음이 있어서, 예, 영상 찍어서 곧 올리도록 하겠습니다.
Alright. Yeah. Somebody said even though there's a time difference, the next time she wants to drink together with us. ですね。
So we were a little bit debating, like, should we do it our nighttime versus our morning time? The morning time is a little bit challenging because we have to take care of our girls but maybe next time we should definitely consider doing it morning time so that it's nighttime in Asia.
今回初めてのライブをやるにあたって実は事前に皆さんにアンケートを取ろうかなとも相談してました。こっちの夜ですと日本や韓国の朝、またはこっちの朝ですと日本や韓国の夜、どっちがいいですかっていうのを聞こうと思ったんですけれども、朝だとやっぱり子供の世話の準備でバタバタしてしまうことがあるので、ちょっと朝難しいかなっていうことでこちらの夜にさせていただきました。今度挑戦するときにはそちらの夜とかに合わせてやってみるかもしれませんので、その時はお酒を用意しながら、楽しんでいただければと思います。
What did you say?
I just said
Yeah,
basically
but,
saying
yeah.
the same thing, but the next time maybe we can try doing our live in the morning time here so that viewers in Asia can enjoy our live.
사실 저희가 저희 뉴욕 시간 밤에 할까 아니면 뉴욕 시간 아침에 할까? 저희가 뉴욕 아침 시간이면은 한국하고 일본은 저녁 시간이라서 좀 더 많은 분들이 편하게 보실 수 있지 않을까 생각했는데 사실 저희 아침 시간에 저희 딸들 깨우고 씻기고 밥 먹이고 하는 게 좀 정신이 없어서 이번에는 저희 시간 밤 시간에 했지만 다음에는 좀 더 그 한국과 일본에 계신 분들이 편하게 보실 수 있게 어쩌면 저희 아침 시간, 그러니까 한국하고 일본의 저녁 시간에 맞춰서 한번 하도록 해보겠습니다. Alright? Okay. Well, thank you so much for everyone for participating and being part of our first YouTube live.
Sit straight when you say thank you. ちょっとね、姿勢を正して。
저희 첫 유튜브 라이브 이렇게 참여해 주시고 저희 즐거운 시간 보낼 수 있게 해주셔서 너무너무 감사합니다.
今日はありがとうございました。またいつも応援してくれてありがとうございます。すごく楽しい時間を過ごすことができました。また今度挑戦してみたいと思いますので、またどうぞよろしくお願いします。
감사합니다.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone.
バイバイ。ありがとうございます。じゃん。